All right, what's up, guys? Hey, welcome to this Friday morning conference call. We're kicking it off in a new style. All right, and that is on this new platform where we can live stream the conference calls for you. And I thought, what a cool way to kick off our first live stream in my second office, which is my all-time favorite place to be, which is the garage. So, kicking this off one here in a special spot for you guys versus the boring old company office. We're kicking it off in the garage to kick this new conference call off. But today's going to be a powerful call for you. I want to get into every single house and just make the process easy. All right. How many of you guys wish you could just go into a home, do your presentation? There's no action, everything's simple, make a friend, right? And you're able to help them out. So today's call, we're going to specialize in connection. All right. And the power of how to actually connect with people, right? Believe it or not, it's actually a skill set that you have to develop as an agent to be able to see the success that you want to see in this career. So we're going to kick that off shortly. But before we jump into that, who's excited for Cancun? I don't know about you guys, but that video pumps me up looking at Cancun, looking at the resort, the 5-star all-inclusive resort. And check it out. We only have 2.5 months left to qualify. So many of you have already qualified, and so many of you are just on the brink. You're almost there, probably going to be there by the end of this month. And if you're looking at your numbers so far and you really want to push, all right, to hit that top spot with the airfare, with the awesome room, the suite, all that cool stuff, the different levels that you can hit, let's push hard to the end of this year and make sure you lock in that goal. But I can't wait to spend some time with you guys in Cancun. We had such a fun time in Greece. Cancun's going to be even crazier. It's going to be even more fun. So I can't wait for that. But let's give some agents a huge shout out that went big yesterday. Big shout out to Willie. Willie, I saw you come in with some afternoon AP over 1,300 for you. Brand new agent, like second week, I think, out there in the field. So nice work with a $1,300 day. Another shout out to Ariel. She was over $3,400 just yesterday. And check it out, another brand new agent. I think she's in week 3. So great work to you guys setting the stage as some rookies, rookie of the year candidates. They're coming up, right? So nice work to you guys keeping that AP up and being out there and hustling. And to the experienced agents, way to set the bar this week. You guys have been absolutely just crushing it this whole year, but especially this week. You guys are out there getting after it and dominating. So nice work to you guys. Let's give a big special shout out and happy birthday to Allison and Monica. Who'd have thought that two agents share the exact same birthday? But happy birthday to you guys. I know it was yesterday, but coming on the call this morning. So happy birthday to you guys out there. So let's jump into this, guys. The power of connection. All right, this PowerPoint is going to take a minute to load. Here it is right here. So building a connection. All right, guys, a connection is so much more than just talking to people, right? It's so much more than you just figuring out what they like to do, all right, and about their family life and all that stuff. It's so much more than that. There's actually a science behind connecting, all right, inside your presentation. All right, have you ever wanted to just get in that house, right, and go through the process and have it be easy, right? Just they need what you have to offer. Everything's simple. That's what connecting can do, right? Now we here at Freedom and Faith, right, we got the tools for you. We've got the system. We've got the training. We've got the presentation. We've got all that locked in. But none of that matters if you miss this part, right? All of that's just to get you going in the right direction. But if you don't have this, the best presentation in the world can't really save you, right? So the connection is everything, all right? And all of that stuff is good, right? But you could be the best presenter. You could be the most knowledgeable agent. You could know insurance inside and out. But if you can't connect with people, you're going to struggle. So my goal with today's call is to get you to the point where you're just like a machine out there, making friends, right? Making lifelong friends, helping your clients out in the process and being able to build that connection. So let's talk about some key points for building, all right, a connection. All right, number one, is so important, but it's something we forget to do all the time, and that is smile. All right. What does it look like to actually smile? All right. What does that look like? All right, guys, you are introducing yourselves to clients who they don't know who you are, right? And they're going to be on guard. And so if they're on guard, okay, the biggest way to lower that guard is to be friendly, all right? To be friendly. And let me get this PowerPoint back up here. It's shut off on us here, so bear with me. Try to get the slide back up here for you guys. If it doesn't work, gotta love it, right? Hey, not too bad. We're doing pretty good so far on the first live stream Zoom, not really having any kind of hiccups, but all right, hopefully we'll get this PowerPoint loaded back up here for you guys. But as I go through this, all right, the first point for you was just to smile. All right, a smile can literally make a friend. All right, if someone's having an off morning, they're caught off guard by you showing up, your smile can just take away their fears. All right, smiling is contagious, right? You guys have heard that before. So true. Your clients will mimic your language. So if you want to connect on a good point, make sure you're smiling. Don't be so stern. Don't be so nervous. Don't be so timid out there in the field. So that's number one, guys. Make sure you smile. All right, number two. All right, let's kick off to the next section. Okay, what should you look like? All right, I know this sounds funny, right? You can only look like what you look like, but check it out. Connecting is a connection, right, between two people in an interaction. And believe it or not, first impressions are everything. All right, what you look like, how you're presenting yourself is going to make you connect with that person before, all right, you even say anything. They're judging you. All right, think about when you see somebody. All right, even though the good book tells us not to judge, let's be honest, we all are kind of like on edge, right? Depending on how someone looks. All right, someone rolls up, all right, in a suit and tie, and you're in your pajamas, you're gonna kind of be like, what's going on? So what should you be dressed like? What should you look like? Guys, check it out. Just be you. That's the most important thing. Now, I remember being in the field for the first, probably a year and a half, 2 years. All right, I've got tattoos, all right, on my arms. And for the longest time, I covered those things up. And, you know, I one day it was so hot outside in the summer here in North Carolina. I'm like, you know what? I'm not covering my tattoo. I'm not wearing a long sleeve shirt when it's 100 degrees out. And when I went up to these people's doors and acted like myself, it was so much easier for me, right? Like I actually connected on a different level with people. Now, were there some people judging me because of the tattoos? Hey, probably, right? But for the people that weren't, I actually connected on it. It made it easier. I actually got into more doors just dressing like myself. So the key with the appearance is to dress in a way that you can be yourself, because check out, you are great, right? God created you the way you are for a reason. So share that with other people. All right. So some tips for you guys: don't overdress. Don't wear a suit and tie out there in the field. All right. Just what I like to wear is, hey, I'll wear a polo and some jeans or some shorts and a pair of shoes, right? Nothing crazy. Heck, I'll even rock my Carhartt shirt sometimes. All right. Like I am on this conference call. Nothing crazy. All right. What do you want to avoid? Okay. Avoid looking to the point where like they don't know why you're there, right? Like if you show up in kind of a professional manner, kind of business casual, all right, just wearing something nice, they're going to know like you're there for kind of a purpose, right? You're there for a work related reason. All right. If you show up in your PJs, then they might be thinking you're there to camp out. They don't know what you're doing. All right. So be yourself. Just dress like you would if you're going out to church or out to eat. You know, that's really all you have to do. So appearance is important out there in the field. If you notice people are kind of standing you off a little bit, look at what you're wearing. Like maybe something you're wearing is throwing them off. All right. Colors do matter, guys. Check it out. Green is a great color to wear. All right. Green is just a positive color. Blue is a neutral color. That's a really good one. White's a good one, right? Red is kind of powerful. All right. So red does work. But you kind of got to kind of put people on edge a little bit, right? So just pay attention to what you're wearing. There's a psychology behind your appearance and connecting with people. All right. Let's jump over to the next slide here. And what is a key component okay, of connecting. You have to believe in yourself, right? It's so important. Okay, here's a good example for you guys. Alicia's going to kill me when I say this, but little old 19-year-old me, all right, met Alicia. She was 22 years old at the time, but I believed in myself, even though I was 3 years younger than her and underage where we met. All right, and where we met at, I shouldn't have been in that place being 19 and underage, but check it out. It worked. All right, I believed in myself. I was confident. Here we are, married 12 years later. So you have to believe in yourself when it comes to connecting. All right. Confidence is key. Now, if you're a new agent and you don't have confidence, that just comes through working. All right, guys, if you knock out 15 presentations this week, 15 next week, you put up 30 presentations in the next 2 weeks, you're going to feel confident very quickly. All right. So activity will get you to feeling confident. If you go out there and you just kind of, halfway do it, you do 1 or 2 a day, it's going to take you longer to feel confident. So if you're brand new on this call, you should run out there with the mindset of, I'm going to talk to so many people. I'm going to build this confidence up. When I first started, I didn't want to go door to door. I don't want to talk to people, right? I was like, I talk to my family or my friends, but if I didn't know you, I was not the person to come up and be the life of the party, right? And talk to you. You got to change that out there in the field, right? I knew I was going to have to change that. So I just went I parked my car my very first day and I just walked up and down the street, knocked on every door. They weren't even leads. They were just random doors, just introducing myself to people to build confidence up of going door to door. So believe in yourself out there, right? It makes such the world of difference if you're confident, all right, out there communicating and talking to people and being a little bit outgoing. All right? Even if you're an introvert, check it out. Introverts are usually the best agents. All right. I don't know what it is, but usually the people that are shy write a ton of AP. So if you're an introvert, that's a good news for you, right? Just be confident in what you're doing and people will be able to sense that. So next slide up here, okay, connecting is to find something that you guys have in common. Now, I know what it is, right? Everybody's different. Everybody believes different stuff, but there is some type of common ground, right, that you can find, right? We're all brothers and sisters in Christ, no matter what we believe in, whether we are this nationality or this color, or we like this sports team or whatever it is that you want to do, right? You can find something in common with that person. Think about it. What did they do for work? What's their family like? Do they have kids? You have kids. There's something in common, right? Do they have pets? You have pets. There's something in common. Do they like sports? Maybe you like sports. Do they like cars? Maybe you like cars, right? There's something that you can connect them on a little bit deeper of a level that you have in common. Your goal as an agent, all right, as a field agent out there, or even if you're doing this on the phone, find that common denominator, all right, and use that, okay, to connect. It goes so far inside the house. Don't do it superficially though, right? And also don't do it fake, right? Like if I roll up to somebody's house and they're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, I'm a Buffalo Bills fan. I'm not going to act like I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I'm going to straight up say, hey, by the time I leave this house, you should hopefully change that flag to a Buffalo Bills flag. All right. So just be honest with people. They can sense that. All right. When you're trying to find common ground, they can sense if you're just telling them what they want to hear or if you're actually being a genuine person. If you're genuine, you're going to connect, all right, on a much deeper level. So think about that. What do you have in common, all right, with your client? All right. Next slide up is willingness, okay, to help others. The best agents. All right. I think just some names come to my mind. All right. Julie Flincham, perfect agent, perfect name for this slide. When Julie goes out there in the field, I know she is thinking about that client more than herself. I know when she's in that house, she's not thinking about that commission check. She's thinking about how can I actually help this person? All right, guys, the best agents that I've seen in this industry are serving their client. They're not selling them. All right. And the worst agents, the agents that write a little bit of AP and then they're gone, all right, not even in the industry after so often, are the agents that are just out there trying to sell, doing the right thing by the client, right? So what is your willingness to actually help the people you're sitting with? All right, guys, I'll go into a house, and when I enter that house, I'm not thinking about my bills, my production, my commission. I'm not thinking about any of that. I'm simply thinking of how can I help the person I'm sitting with? And if one of the ways I can help them is by looking at their insurance and that, hey, you're in a really good spot, you need to keep what you have, then I just help them. I'm fine with that. I'm fine walking away with zero if I actually did right by that client. So being willing to help clients is very, very key in being in that, in connecting. Okay. If you can do that, they're going to sense that. They're going to sense that genuine spirit and let you actually help them. They're going to let you review that insurance plan. All right. If they can sense that you're doing it out of a servant driven heart versus just a selling one. Okay. So what's your willingness to actually help your clients out there? All right, next slide up, guys. We got two more for you, and we'll wrap up this Friday morning call. Credibility. Credibility is huge, all right, in connecting. All right, I had a guy come to the house. I say guy, right, but he was like 18 years old. All right, he came to the house yesterday, and I didn't know what he was. He did this police knock, all right, the knock that we tell you guys don't do that knock, right? You should be like a friendly knock, not like a banging on the door, but he was like banging on my door. So I go down there. I'm like, what is going on? Right. So I walk out there and instantly my alarmness, whatever you want to call it, was brought down because I saw his shirt and his hat. His hat said Tree Care and his shirt had the company name of the tree care company that he either owns or works for. Right. So I knew instantly, okay, he's door knocking to try to see if I want to hire them to cut down some trees around the yard, whatever, right? Just like we do for insurance. That credibility led me to walking outside, not even asking what he's doing, right? I could see what he was there for. And I walked him around the house and showed him every tree that we need to cut. And within 30 minutes, he had his saw out there and he was cutting all of them. Very simple process, but he was credible. All right. He didn't, if he showed up, right, and he was wearing like a black trench coat, I would be like, what's going on? Right. If he was wearing a suit and tie, I'd be like, who are you? But he was rocking his clothing the right way. Right. Guys, wear that Freedom and Faith Agency shirt. It goes a long way. They see that. They're like, okay, I get what we're doing here. Right. So credibility is key. All right. Let's jump into the last slide in connection with credibility. Is it leads to you being trustworthy. Okay. If that guy who came to my house didn't have on anything that kind of showed like what he did for a living, then I don't know that I would want him to cut trees down because he was wearing logging boots. He had a tree shirt on. He clearly that day. I trusted him to go cut the trees down. Right. So credibility, guys, very license. Right, playing your life, even in the month, and you close one of them, that's potentially $100,000, $2,000 extra in your pocket. About one little simple thing. All right. I tell you guys how many times I've knocked on a door, and they're like, "Who are you?" And then they see Freedom and Faith Agency and logo and like that, and like, "Oh, okay, that's cool. What are we?" Right. So be trustworthy. Okay. Credibility. Show that state, guys, inside every single house. They should know that you're there for life insurance. All right. Own it. Don't be a hidden agent. Own the fact that you're their life insurance agent. You're the local agent there to help them out. Show them that license that you work so hard to get. It goes very, very far in building that connection. So, guys, that's all we have for you on today's call. Hopefully you liked this platform. Let me know what you think. Drop it in our group chat there. And guys, it's Friday. We're going to wrap it up there. Let's go finish the week strong. Can't wait to see who finishes out as the agent of the week this week. So we got today and tomorrow to lock down that AP. And I appreciate you guys for being on here.